Okay guys, back on the bust. I just saw some evidence of a yowie, and I heard a yowie, and furthermore, look at this branch. It's a leaner. So we've got some leaners here. Look, another one over there, right there. You got a leaner. Nature doesn't do that. You don't just get a branch leaning against the ground into the fork of a tree like that. Another one over there, right there. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm surrounded by leaners here. So that means something. The yowie must lean branches as some means of communication, or maybe a navigational marker. Anyway, back to Kirsty and I. Yes, there was some boundaries put in place as to how I would, where we would meet, and I overstepped the mark and attempted to follow her back, and I did that. And people often talk about these yowies being you know, extraterrestrial, or belonging to another dimension, and it's sort of true and it's not at the same time. They're very much of the earth, as Kirsty did say in a video where she spoke psychically through me, of course. They are of the earth. Sorry, I just got to decide where I'm going here. And they're just sort of on a bit of a frequency that requires certain electrical conditions for us to perceive them. Hence me meeting Kirsty in the rain. And like I said, it's been raining a lot lately, and there's been a lot of thunder and lightning and so forth, so I have had a lot of opportunities to see Kirsty. And then I guess I just got a little bit too confident, and followed Kirsty back, and I was hoping for, you know, maybe a UFO or something to beam her up and take her away to another planet, because she did mention that not all yowies are the same, and not all yowies have the same purpose here, and some actually are acting as agents for other types of beings. She didn't say that they were from other planets, mind you. She told me a lot more than I'm going to divulge here, but they are agents effectively collecting organic materials that these other beings require, and they're indentured slaves effectively. They're not I think this is why very often when people have encounters with aliens, as we all do, they're just miserable sods, you know. People go on about them being like these fantasies of advanced civilizations. They're certainly from a civilization, and it's certainly from a futuristic, if you're thinking of time in a linear fashion, a futuristic era. However, whether that's an advancement or devolution into a sort of a type of life whereby you are just so enslaved by the technologies that, yeah, you're just miserable bastards that's just doing your job for a higher power. There's a yowie trail right here. Alright, I'm on, oh look at this, a lot of yowies come up here. So yeah, so Kirsty did say that there are a lot of yowies that do work for other beings in craft that do shuttle them around, and they're the ones that can be most dangerous because they are unsatisfied and they don't have that connection to the earth. They're always going back and forth to the surface of the earth, working for other people, and they're just not they've lost their sort of their sense of self, and they can be quite aggressive. Anyhow, in the case of Kirsty, like I was saying, no Yowies yet, guys. Like I was saying, I followed her back, and I thought I was doing it quite covertly. I was wearing some wool, like sheep's wool boots that I'd had prepared, and tiptoeing as quietly as I could. And then I'd already gone some ways up the Gross River. I can talk about locations now. And then we had to hang a left up a really steep hill, and it turns out that Kirsty lives predominantly under the earth, as do many other beings, and her place where she sort of comes in and out of the earth from beneath the earth is sort of like a large cleft that splits a large hill in two, literally all the way from the top to the bottom, but it's just open at the bottom, and it's a very, well, it's actually not that hard to get to, but it's a bit bushy. It's a bit of a scrub bash, and I was doing really well following her. I thought, now in retrospect I realised she knew it the whole time from her psychic abilities, but I thought I was doing a good job. And then when we almost got to this big cleft that splits a mountain in two, I accidentally just rolled a huge boulder. It was about the size, in reality I was going to say the size of a fridge, but it was more like the size of a wombat, and it just made so much noise, and Kirsty sort of doubled back. The weird thing was there was another group of what looked like people just up the hill above her. They were chanting, doing all this weird stuff. So I was completely terrified, and I was about to double back and just go anyway. It came over me that this was the wrong place to be, the wrong thing to do. I haven't, and then Kirsty refused to communicate with me psychically since then. Is that a Yowie, that black shape down there? Could be a Yowie that's morphed into a burnt tree stump. I can't tell. I'm gonna watch it for a while.